Foodies on Foot has since evolved now into the Foodies Group. So it's a full-scale food events, catering, and promotions company. So we put together everything from public food tours and cooking classes, supper clubs, do a lot of private and corporate events, and now doing a lot of food PR and promotions as well. So a really kind of full-scale, everything to do with food company. It was really about growing it organically, so it was just started doing the things that I loved and then let the rest form naturally. So I just started doing really unique tours of the city, really loved Toronto, loved to discover the different neighborhoods, and wanted to do something that was different than just neighborhood-based tours. So we started integrating the streetcar and making them theme-based, our tours, so that you can really discover the entire city, and I wanted it to be something that locals came out and enjoyed, as well as tourists when they did come into the city. So for our food tours, we really try to focus on the mom and pop restaurants, the places that are still independently owned, the hidden gems throughout the city. That's what we do put a lot of our attention into. I have always come from a food-oriented family. I grew up in a very Italian family, and food was at the core of everything we did, and it really brought people together. So one of my objectives when I did launch Foodies on Foot was to bring people together again over food. I didn't tell anybody that I was going to launch the company, and I ate at over 140 locations. Not letting anyone know I wanted to start a business, not having, having anybody influence my ability to maybe come in and be part of that. I just laid undercover, ate my way through the city, and that's how the whole journey began. And now it's 6+ years later from the time that I first had the idea, and now I've eaten at over 1,800 locations all across Ontario. Wineries, breweries, artisan food products, you name it, I've tasted it. Honestly, over the course of the years, it is not easy. It is gut-wrenching. You go through a lot of ups and downs, no matter how much you perceive to be successful. But you know what? It was just my really, I believe in what I'm doing. So every day that I wake up, it's not a job. It's just what I am. It's become part of me. So that helps you get through those tough times. And honestly, I just felt that there needed to be change. I came from a corporate environment, and I remember all the gatherings would just be you go and sit at a restaurant and have a dinner, and it's not social. There's nothing fun about it, right? So I really said, you know what? We can elevate that. We can activate that. We can keep the same kind of concepts, but just make them fresh. So the Toronto Attractions Council is right now 70 attractions and counting that are coming together with the whole purpose of really trying to collaborate, merge, and get creative. For the longest time, attractions have been sort of stale in Toronto. Very standalone. You go, you do one thing. What we really want to do now with the Toronto Attractions Council is bring everyone together, collectively brainstorm, see ways in which we can work together and make Toronto an even more dynamic city. There are everything from your bigger attractions like a CN Tower, the ROM, Ripley's, those kinds of things, right through to the smaller ones. So we're part of it, the Foodies Group. We have the Toronto Bicycle Tours that are part of it. You have the tour guys. So people that are doing more of those kind of niche-y things as well. One of the talks we always have is people focus so much only on the tourism which comes in, which is great and is a part of it, but locals want to be tourists too, right? We want to discover our own city. So it's really how you kind of mesh both, how you continue to focus on getting the tourists when they do come into Toronto to come to be part of the attraction, but also how you can make things that are relevant for locals to want to come and experience as well.